All right, Dave, it is showtime. And as you know, we ask you trivia questions.
Unseemly questions.
We ask you trivia questions at the beginning of every show, either about the show you are on or regular trivia questions that you should probably know. All right?
Like you know.
Here's the trivia question about the show you are on. Dave, the show you're on, we've been doing it for years, okay?
18 years.
And it is produced by my production company. What is the name of my production company, Dave?
Oh, that's easy. Wizards and Gizzards.
Dave, do you know the name of my production company that produces? We've been friends for so many years, Dave.
I know there's a fan called Varnado.
Are you kidding? Do you not know the name of the production company? It's on all the material. Like when you go to Apple Podcasts and you see this, it says my production company name underneath. Have you ever looked at our listing on Apple Podcasts?
Yes, it says Victor Robot. I am not a robot. Click on I am not a robot.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad you at least remembered It is Supreme Robot Pictures, Dave. Supreme Robot Pictures. All right, everybody, check us out at 6 Unseemly on all social media at unseemlyquestions.com.
6 Unseemly Questions!
Welcome to 6 Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick, Dave Rosinsky. We've got a great contestant on the show today. Everybody, put your hands together for Yogi Paliwal.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, Yogi. How's it going?
I'm doing all right.
Thank you for coming to the show today. I can't wait. So we have a great studio audience. We've got Zara Norbach and Mike Cannon. All right. I'm so bad at pronouncing everybody's names, but I'm trying.
I think you said Mike right.
Yeah, rolled right off your tongue there.
I did it. I did that right. Yeah, I did. All right. You know what? I'm going to explain how the show works, Yogi, and then we're going to get started.
Sounds good.
I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I will ring a bell if I like your answer, like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I will not ring a bell, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get at the end of the show, I will decide whether or not it's worth giving you $5 whole for being on the show. All right. Let's get started with question number 1. Question number 1. What did you first see Benedict Cumberbatch in?
I think it was probably Sherlock, the show Sherlock, the BBC program.
Sherlock, yeah. That was like one of his first, like, it can't be the first thing he starred in, but it was the first thing that was big, right?
Yeah, I think it was the first thing that popped for him. I think it was that. But now, man, I wasn't into Lord of the Rings because I hated fads because of Harry Potter. It's a long story, but basically everyone was reading Harry Potter and I was like, fuck fads. I got into Pokemon late and people jumped off that train quick. So I was like, I don't want to do Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. But then I did see The Hobbit, where Benedict Cumberbatch is one of the dragons, I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember if that is where I heard his voice first or if I saw Sherlock before that.
So you don't really know?
I don't really remember because he's one of those actors where I do actually like his work because he's got a goofy face. They just want more goofy face people in Hollywood.
I agree.
Do you remember that part in Sherlock when he's like, "Keep digging, Watson"?
No, I watched that show super stoned every time. So it was a lot of like revisiting the same episodes and being like, I think I've seen this, but I don't remember.
All right.
Moriarty's going to be here maybe.
All right.
I'm going to say no bell. I'll tell you why. Is because the question was, where did you first see Benedict Cumberbatch? Where did you first see Benedict Cumberbatch in? And you did not answer the question. So no bell.
That's fair.
All right. It is time for question number 2. But before we do that, can you tell people out there what you do?
I'm a comedian. I've done podcasts. I also whittle and I blacksmith here and there. But more importantly, I'm here right now talking to the people and you.
Do you actually also whittle and blacksmith?
I have done those things. Yeah, I do have a whittling set as well as I've done blacksmithing with. Blacksmithing is
Can you make a sword?
Like if I had a gun and I was pointed at your head, how quickly could you find an anvil?
How quick?
And can you make it drop out of the sky?
I can't. I know people with buildings. I could make it drop out of the sky. The thing about blacksmithing, if you don't own all the stuff, you just have to find a dude that's been through like 2 or 3 divorces that owns all of the blacksmithing stuff in their backyard. It's just a man with explosives and metal. That's all blacksmithing is.
That's cool.
All right. I'm sorry. I got a text and I should have not had my phone active. And so I didn't hear how much time it would take to get an anvil. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst.
I didn't answer.
No. Don't worry about us.
I didn't answer it.
It's time for question number 2. Question number 2. What product would you recommend to everyone?
Ooh, okay. I like this question because it analyzes what people need versus what people think is good. Now, I have one in front of me that I probably will share, but everyone needs to write things down. And so I will advocate for the Pilot G2 pen series. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, comedians swear by it. People that use it also enjoy it. If you need a pen to write good, the Pilot G series is your friend.
When you said Pilot G2 pen, Mike Cannon went crazy.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
That's my go-to Uniball, bro.
That's right.
That's right.
Us Uniball kids f around.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you know what? I have to give a bell on this, and I'll tell you why. It's because if someone in the studio goes crazy over your recommendation, then there's got to be some good to it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I love number 2 pencils.
Ticonderoga. Those were my go-to, and then I switched to pens. I became a pen man after the pencil life.
Did you like number 2 pencils, Dave? Do you think because that's the kind that the schools make everyone like at the beginning? They're like,
No, I like
you
it
need
on
a
my
number
own.
2. Like they call out number 2 pencils specifically in schools. You think you brainwashed Dave?
No, do you want to take a Scantron test, Victor?
I do
He's
not.
got you there.
I do not want to take a
You're
Scantron test.
brainwashed.
Okay. I am brainwashed. Great. It is now time for question number 3. Question number 3, Yogi. How quickly after a shower do you start stinking?
Great question.
Thank you.
I think that smell is relative. And so you're never clean to everyone. So I'm going to argue immediately after I shower, someone would find stench to my body at that point. So I think within seconds, like pre-wet, after you dry, I think immediately there's someone out there that if they got a whiff, they'd be like, "PU, get this out of here." Like me right after the shower. Do I think anyone would want a whiff of my ass or armpit? I don't know, but if they did, they wouldn't like it. It's clean, but it's not what they want to smell.
Okay. I'm going to say no, Belt. I'll tell you why. It's because I felt like that answer was just shamelessly trying to cover all angles. And I felt like there were probably other ways to answer that question because, like, you know, I mean, you knew what I meant when I was like, how you get stinky. I mean, how when you think you're stinky, right? Were you just trying to answer for all versions of how a person might think a stink occurs?
Because in my mind, though, it's one of those things where, like, I don't like shower enough in terms of like, I think someone would think I'm stinky always. But I think that there's more stinks than cleans, Victor. And I'm standing up for the stinks is what I'm trying to say. I think that the cleans have had it too good for too long. I'm tired of smelling your chemicals. Let me smell your musk, baby.
I have to apologize to my wife, I think, because ever since the pandemic started, more and more times she's had to say, "Take a shower" to me. So
You're just awful.
This is just a formal apology to my wife.
She puts up with a lot.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna give you a bell for that question. I'll tell you why, because I think we turned a corner in my growth.
Understood.
You know what? I just want to give a shout out to the term pre-wet.
Yes, thank you.
Good term.
And also, I want to say shout out to wet wipes.
That's right. That's right.
Mike, would you like to do a shout out?
Shout out to Slip and Slides.
Slip
There
and
you go.
slides.
Yeah,
I guess that kind of works.
applies.
You know, she did
Right.
pre-wet and then he had wet wipes. You probably would have done like wipe out. You know.
Uh,
I wish you were on this. I wish you were the contestant so I could Nobel you for that, but I can't.
Yeah.
you kind of made me smarter with how you jumped.
That's good. It'll make you smarter. Yeah.
Are you calling me a nerd? All
No.
right. It is now time for question number 4, Yogi. Question number 4. What career could you do easily?
I've thought about this extensively, and I will say, for myself, as a brown man who happened to grow up in the United States Indian, there are a few paths that people stereotypically look at you as. One of them is engineer and doctor. Those are 2 of them. For me, however, because I've chosen a field where I'm mostly a failure, I think I could have been a dermatologist, popping pimples, taking care of people's growths on their body, cutting them out, throwing them out, making people look better. I could have been a dermatologist. Easy. Every time I like pick an ingrown hair on my body or pop a pimple, I'm just like, I could have done this. I could have looked at them books. I could have
You're
figured
doing
it out.
man. You're doing it.
I could have. I'm already doing it. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I appreciate the assist. Initials DR, Dr. David. And so for me, it's one of those
Thank you,
things
doctor.
where that's right. I think I could have been a dermatologist and taken people's skin care.
All right, now I have a quick follow-up question.
Yes.
So you feel like you could be a doctor easily because dermatologists are doctors.
Dr. Easy.
That's not even what I said, Dave. You're not helping. Thank you. All right. Do you think that it, like a doctor, like you think you could be a doctor easily?
You know, I guess
That's enough for me. Nobel.
Fair.
You can
I'll
go
give
to
you that.
Dr. Easy school.
No, I mean, sorry. What were you going to say, though?
I guess that, like, yes, because I've now known people who are doctors that I grew up with, and all of them sucked as people. None of them were necessarily smarter. They just put in the work. I learned recently that a lot of surgeons are jocks, and it's not because.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to let you go on with just your doctor hating. Like now, suddenly this has just become a
Doctors are
forum
stupid.
for you to
not hate
just
at all.
talk shit about all doctors.
It's supposed to be that, like, apparently
Point of
what I
order.
learned.
Point
Go
of
ahead.
order.
Yes,
In
Zara.
in the documentary show Scrubs, they mention surgeons or jocks.
Must
That's
be
true.
true.
Victor, this is not slander, although it seems like it was due to my portly size. The reason I mention it is supposedly I learned that surgeons are jocks because medical school is very, like, draining. Like, it's difficult to get through. And a nerd would be like, F this noise, I'm out of this. Whereas a jock wants to challenge themselves and continue to go at the grindstone.
Yeah.
So once I learned that, I was like, is it difficult? Sure, but is it bearable? I think so. But with dermatology specifically, I already have the skills. My hands, they're solid, even though they're shaking right now. But I could get it done. That's all the point I was making.
I think as far as doctors go, like dermatologists are probably like the least needing steady hands as a doctor, you know, because they're not always like going into heart surgery or anything. They're just like, they're like surface level stuff.
Yeah, they don't really need hands, is what he's saying.
Yeah, they don't even have to have hands.
Just eyes.
And you know what? That is fine, but Nobel.
Yeah, that's
All right.
totally fine.
It is now time for question number 5, Yogi. Question number 5. I can't believe this is the next question. Question number 5. Are your hands attractive?
Oh yes, my hands are very attractive. I have.
Yeah?
I have.
Someone told you that your hands are attractive?
Yes. Yes.
What kind of yes is that? Did they tell you or not?
Was it
They
someone
told
in
me-
your family?
No, it wasn't someone in my family. I've been routinely told I have piano fingers and that my nails are particularly very, very attractive. I do take.
Victor, everyone tells him he has spaghetti arms.
Dave, why are you attacking me? Why
I
are
don't
you
know, I don't like you
attacking me,
today.
Dave? I guess. Sorry, Dave says I have spaghetti arms. Please go on. You.
Hey, I have nails that they're like a little. I guess because I'm brown, they're a
Nails
little
of
oily.
steel.
So they're not dry, so they have like their own sheen to them. And because I'm not a working man, except when I've swung a blacksmith hammer, I've got soft hands, and so I've been told my hands are quite nice. And in terms of the rest of my body, the hands are doing most of the lifting on the good appearance part of me. So I will say yes.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. You seem to be a huge
I believe
advocate of your hands. All right. What does everybody think? Are his hands attractive? What do you think, Dave?
They're pretty sweet.
Oh, Mike?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you think they're pretty sweet?
probably the most beautiful hands I've seen on the show today so far.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I like them.
Zara, what do you think?
I find them disgusting because I feel generally threatened by the attractiveness of others. But
Oh, well, she turned it around.
she
You
did
see
turn it
that?
around, yeah.
So you're not
That's the bullet.
saying it?
All right. You know what? I'm going to say Belle, and this is not me saying that your hands are attractive. This is just me giving you a bell for your answer, your belief in your hands. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
It's good.
They're
That's
beautiful
good. Is
hands.
that what you said, Dave? Oh, they're beautiful hands.
I
That's
mean,
what you said. Yeah, you said they're
no,
good.
that's not what I said. I said that's good that you were moving on to the next question.
Oh, got it. Sorry, Dave. I thought we were on the same side. All right. It is time for question number 6. Question number 6. Your last name is Paliwal.
Correct.
Do you doodle all the day?
I do not doodle all the day.
What? Why not? What?
I don't doodle all the day. I
Are you
should.
telling me that Paliwal doesn't doodle all the day?
Unfortunately, no. He does not doodle all the day.
No bell. For real. No bell. If Paliwal doesn't doodle all the day, no bell. All right. We've asked you 6 questions. So now it's time to decide whether or not you get $5. But before we do that, can you tell people out there where they can find you?
You can find me on social media. My name is Yogi Paliwal, spelled just how it sounds. You can check out a short film I made on YouTube called Doors, and I used to host a podcast called Grubstakers. So if you want to check out those things, feel free. But feel free to look me up online, and you'll find everything I do.
All right. Great. Great plug for yourself. Good work.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. It's time to decide whether or not you get $5. We always canvass the room. What do you think, Dave? Should Yogi get $5 for his appearance on the show?
I don't know. You guys kind of lost me on that last question. I have no idea what Paliwal doodle. I had no idea what you're talking about. So that just
You
leaves
don't
me
know
with
what
5 unseemly
Polywally doodle all the
questions.
day? You've never heard that?
No,
You've never heard that?
no.
Dave, that's why sometimes I think you're from like another planet. I really do. Because just like
Look,
there's so many
I'm
things
new on the internet.
you
I'm new on the internet.
you don't know. Did you know, guys, when I asked Dave, one of the trivia questions was like what are like what is
When does milk
what
expire?
no what are the words that make up shart? And he didn't know.
Yeah.
Why? What?
I don't know why you didn't know. I do not know. All right, Mike, what do you think?
was
Should
sweet
Yogi
tarts.
get 5? Mike, what do you think? Should Yogi get $5 for his appearance on the show?
So I don't know if I've ever vibed with somebody's answers more in my entire life. Yogi, is this the first time we're meeting each other?
I think so.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, we have wildly close perspective on everything you were saying. I mean, I have ugly hands, so I was just envious of your. I literally do. Look, 2 of my I have Megan Fox thumbs.
Oh, I see those. I see.
And that's where our
I got-
similarities
I got a
begin.
double joint
and
That's a
in
end.
there.
Megan Fox thing?
Yeah, she has
Look what
a
I can
mutant
do.
thumb as well. Same with Sine Latham
Figure
from Love and
off.
Basketball. But I liked it so much that I literally, I don't know if you could see this, I looked up a whittling kit
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're great.
to order
Oh,
on
wow.
Amazon because that's the first I ever
So
heard
they're
of it.
real?
And I want to put a blade into some soft wood.
Yeah.
Nice.
Work out those thumbs pushing the knife,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Get some of my kitten aggression out.
Please do.
Mhm.
Zara, what do you think? Should Yogi
Oh.
get $5 for his appearance on the show?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll tell you why.
Please.
He's a conscientious man. He's
Mhm.
thinking about his stink seconds after the shower.
That's right.
Good point.
Seconds after the shower. It sounds like he's given up because it seems too hard. But I'm optimistic. And also, pre-wet. The man is thinking about pre-wet. You understand what I'm saying? This itself is very attractive. His hands are attractive. And even though that upsets me, I value it.
All right. Okay. That is a big yes from
Really
Zara.
good answer.
Thanks, Zara.
Rachel, what do you think? Let's ask our producer, Rachel. What do you think? Should Yogi get $5 for his appearance on the show?
I am an enormous fan of those pilot pens, especially in the size 0.5. And so he should get the $5 because he literally sponsored them or like advertised them, and he needs to be compensated.
All right.
Yeah.
You could get a whole new pen with that.
Pilot, if you're listening, you need to sponsor Six
What?
Unseemly Questions.
Great.
Yeah,
You know-
and pens. If you're listening, you need to write me something on the newspaper.
Rachel, thank you so
Yes.
much for your input today.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you going to thank Dave for his input?
Well, Rachel's leaving.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am.
Oh.
you're
Yes.
welcome for my input.
Right now.
I like the peace sign before she goes. It's like
She always throws up the peace sign every Zoom
I love
meeting.
it.
We meet like several times a week, and every Zoom meeting she throws up the peace sign at the end.
I like that she does it right before she closes. It's very like Starship Troopers about to leave the base, and it's like, I'm gone. I don't know why, for some reason, especially because her window closes. It makes me laugh every time.
I love the movie Starship Troopers.
Classic.
One of my faves.
Classic, yeah.
Zegama
Classic.
Beach. All right, let's not go there.
Yogi, what do you think? Should you get $5 for your appearance on this show?
Well, I think I should get dinged 50 cents for each curse word I use. So $1 off for the 2 F-bombs I dropped just for FCC reasons.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
other than
we already
that,
accounted for that.
Well, I
Thank
can
you.
tell you right now that I understand what you're saying. You're saying 50 cents for each curse word because you know that Rachel has to edit and a bleep on top of the curse words. I get that, but I'm going to say no $5 for being considerate of Rachel. Always a mistake on this show.
completely understand.
But thank you for doing the show. You're a great contestant. Dave, what did you learn from this week's show?
Well, Yogi said that, smell is relative, and I say my relative smell, and, we can all just give a hoot and pitch in.
All right, I don't understand what you meant at all. Everybody, check us out at Six Unseemly on all social media at unseemlyquestions.com.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.